Hello guys, welcome back to the next tutorial. In this one, we're going to take a quick look at order of precedence that's followed in arithmetic operators in Python. So let's get started. Quickly bring up the PyCharm, and instead of creating a file, I'm just going to use the IPython right now. So I'm just going to click on this Python console, and we can use terminal as well. So whatever you prefer, guys. And I've showed it in installing the IPython tutorial, right? So let's get started. So usually we have this sum. Let's say I want to do sum 2 plus 2, or maybe 2 plus 4 plus 3 and plus something like that. So let's do more. So we know what's the output. It's pretty obvious and we can just figure out stuff, 17 and all that, right? So we pretty much know what's gonna happen because it's all additions. There's no order for the precedence. Like there's nothing which is going to take precedence. But what happens if I have something like this? So just imagine if I'm doing something like this. So 2 plus 4. So if I assume that everything happens from left to right, then it becomes 6, and then I multiply it by 3. So 6 times 3 is 18, and then I divide it by 2. So then it becomes 9. So let's hit enter, and the output shows 8, right? So something went wrong, but in reality nothing went wrong. It's the way how Python works. It's the way how the order of precedence is decided in Python. So few operators takes precedence over other operators. So what to notice here is that multiplication and division, they both have the same order of precedence, so it doesn't matter which one we do before, it's going to yield the same result. And plus and minus pretty much has the same. So what happens in this case here is, and multiplication and division has a higher precedence over subtraction and addition. So in this case, what's going to happen here is, first 4 multiplied by 3 is going to happen. So this yields to 12, and then it's going to divide, or then it's going to divide by 2, which is going to be 6, and then 6 plus 2 is 8. It could be assumed in the other way as well. So but yes, that's what is going to happen, right? So it's not going to happen the left to right thing. Or you can imagine something like this as well, that 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, and then 1.5 divided by 4 is 6, and then 6 plus 2 is 8. So multiplication and division can be used interchange, like they have the same order of precedence, so it doesn't matter which one is happening first. But from the plus and minus, definitely multiply and division has the larger order of precedence. But if we want our own stuff to take the order, to take the precedence in the order, then what we can do is we can use parentheses. So if I want to do it in my way, let's say I want plus to happen before, let's say if I want 2 plus 4 to happen before, so 2 plus 4 is 6, and then 6 gets multiplied by 3, 18, and then gets divided by 2, should come 9. So what I can do is I can just put parentheses 2 plus 4, and then I can multiply by 3 and then divide by 2. So right now it comes as 9. So what happens is, parentheses make sure that whatever comes into it takes precedence in the calculation within the parentheses. So everything gets calculated within the parentheses first. So 2 plus 4 is 6, and then gets multiplied by 3, which becomes 18, and then by 2 it's 9. So parentheses happens first. But let's assume that inside the parentheses something is happening. So let's assume that inside the parentheses I have put here 4 multiplied by 2. So what's going to happen is, it's not going to happen like 2 plus 4 6 into 2 12. It's not going to happen like that. What's going to happen is 4 into 2 10, 4 into 2 8, and plus 2 10. So inside parentheses, if we have multiple operators, again multiplication or division is going to take the precedence, and addition and subtraction is going to come after that. So if we just hit enter, and we're going to see the output is 15, because 4 to 8 plus 2, it's 10, and then 30 by 2 is 15, right? So that's how the order of precedence works in Python, and usually it's the same in most of the programming languages. So that's it. And you know what, I wanted to show you one more thing. So we have already saw the numbers and all those things, right? So let's say I define a number called a and assign a value called 10 to it. So if I do a, it's gonna show me 10, right? So if I want to add something to 10 or multiply something to 10, what I can do is, and assign it back to a, what I can do is a equals to a plus 10, right? So now the addition has happened, and if I do a right now, it's going to show me 20, right? Because it added 10 plus 10 becomes 20. So there's a shortcut way to do in Python. What we can do is we can just do a, and whatever operation we are performing on a plus equals to 10. So if I do that, what it does is it just adds this thing to a. So it's gonna just do, I'm just gonna hit enter, and if I do a now, I should be seeing 30, right? Because I again added 10. Same way, if I want to do subtraction, I can do something like that, minus equals to 10, and if I do a, I'm gonna see 20. And the same way, what I can do is a multiplied equals to 5, and if I do a, it's 100, because 20 times 5, it's 100, right? And same thing I can do by divide. So I can do again divide by 10, and I'm gonna see a is 10, right? So this is just a shortcut way in Python, that instead of writing this whole big thing, you can just save some typing time and write this shortcut. So whichever arithmetic operation you want to perform, and that after that equals, and then whatever value you want to do. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I want to show you. So I would just say practice a bit, understand what the precedence is, and let me know if you have any questions. So stay tuned for the next lectures, guys, and thanks for attending this one.